This video, I'm going to show you how 90% of changing your dominant vibration, how that's complete when you do this one thing. This is the reason I'm traveling the world right now. This is what has got me from working a 9-to-5 job to living the exciting life that I live now. And I'm going to show you exactly what that one thing is. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron, and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how 90% of the process is complete of changing your dominant vibration when you change this one thing. And I'm going to show you exactly how I got to where I'm at right now. Just to give you a little bit of context, I like to give some of these videos a little bit more context. You let me know if you like it when I do things like this. So this is the Airbnb I'm staying at. This is the view that I have right here. It's an amazing view, and I used to literally wake up, I used to dream of waking up in the morning, being able to make videos, which is what I love doing, and then being able to do that, and then just have to have Wi-Fi connection. There's Leora right there doing stuff. And this is, and let me share this with you as well. Once it's your dominant vibration, it's natural for you. This is my reality. It's not on a pedestal. A couple years ago when I imagined this, it was on a pedestal. I was like, that would be so amazing one day when I can travel the world, when I can do what I love, and just have to have a Wi-Fi connection. Well, now that's my reality. And I'm not saying that to be cocky. I'm just saying that this thing I'm going to share with you, it really does work. It really does work. And it's something that you just have to apply to different areas of your life. So I'm going to show you how to apply this one thing towards 2 or 3 different aspects of your life and how it changes everything. Now, the one thing, you know, they say, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Now, your current identity, your current way you've been, your current level of being has been, you've been thinking a certain way, feeling a certain way, and acting a certain way. And that consistency, that set point you have has been giving you the same reality over and over and over again. There's similar patterns that continue to creep up. Now, the thing is inside that box, inside that bubble, will always, vibrationally, you will always stay there unless you do this one thing. And the one thing you must do is you must go beyond. You must stretch yourself. You must understand that the autopilot mind, in a way, is the trap. That is a trap. It is a prison of our own belief system. It is the prison of our vibration. It is the prison that keeps us in a lower vibe state. And when you apply what I share with you in this video, I'm going to show you how to go beyond using 3 different areas of your life and how I did that and how it changed absolutely everything. But when you do this, it trickles into other areas of your life. They say how you do one thing is how you do everything. And I used to actually apply that at the 9-to-5 job I used to have, where I was selling women's shoes. This is what I would do. Selling women's shoes, commission-based job. I'd go in every day. I was able to see a direct reflection between what I was thinking, how I was feeling, my attitude, to the kind of money I would make, how much I would sell for that day. Now, one of the things I noticed is that if I would do and go just a little bit more beyond, do just a little bit more than I was expected. What I would do is I'd be ringing up someone's shoes and I'd put tissue paper a certain way. Nobody else in my department would have put tissue paper. So I know it's the dumbest thing, but just that psychological thing of how you do one thing is how you do everything, that would then leak into other things. Then when I was helping customers, I'd be like, you know what? Some other people wouldn't tell them about like how to do this or how to do that, or recommend this kind of shoe or whatever. I would then go do that. And it would leak into many different aspects of my day. And I noticed that. I always remembered that. You know, it's been 3 years since I've had to like bring shoes out for a customer and help them with shoes, yet I always remember that because I believe that that's a metaphor for how we can go beyond in many different areas of our life. So the first thing we must go beyond is our self-image. How do you see yourself? 90% of the process is complete when you go beyond your current self-image. Now, this is exactly what I did. I realized my old self-image was that I am a 9-to-5er. I am an employee. I was waiting for people to tell me what to do, and in a way, that just was my set point. That's how I saw myself. Now, first off, even when I had that old job, 9-to-5 job, one of the other biggest game changers I had was when I went in and I realized that I was seeing myself as a mediocre employee. Most of us have a self-image that's on autopilot that we haven't actually checked. So what I did is I became aware of that self-image. I saw myself as a mediocre employee, right in the middle. Every day there'd be this piece of paper that was put for all the other employees to see of who were the top salespeople from the day before. And I always just expected myself to be right in the middle. I justified it. It was like, I'm with a lot of these older people. I'm like only 18, 19 years old. I don't need to take this as serious. They've been doing this way longer, and I told myself a story. What I did one day is I changed that story. I said, you know what? I see myself as the top salesperson here. And even when I was helping customers, I'd recommend other things. It trickled, and all of a sudden, I'm at the top of the list every day I went in because I changed my self-image. I started to see myself in a new way. Well, this is what I did. I had that old belief system, that old self-image of me being that 9-to-5 job person. Then what I realized, I said, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be somebody that creates value for other people. I imagined that version of me, and what I simply decided to do is I took on the self-image of that version of me. Guess what happened then? Then I had this desire, this urge to make daily videos. I stepped into the new self-image. I started to see it as natural for me to make daily videos on YouTube. Some people reach out to me like, how do you have a 9-to-5 job working 40 hours a week and make daily videos on YouTube? I made it a must. I changed my self-image. I changed the bar for what is acceptable and saw this is natural for me. If I'm really a full-time YouTuber, you have to vibrationally become a full-time YouTuber before you are a full-time YouTuber. You have to vibrationally become an artist before you will be the artist. You have to give yourself permission to be the artist. You have to paint consistently. If you want to be a coach, you have to first coach yourself. You have to be a coach in other areas of your life. You have to see yourself as a coach, and then you begin to be in that vibrational reality. So your dominant vibration is that of a accumulation of how you are being. And if you, like my dominant vibration before was me working a 9-to-5 job. I went in every day, I had a story that was consistent to that, I saw myself that way. In order to change my dominant vibration, you can either think, feel, or act. You have to dominantly do those in the way of the new self-image and the new way of being. This is the key. Now, you could do any aspects of these. Think, feel, and do. What I did is all three. I realized when I was making daily videos on YouTube, naturally I would start to feel more passionate about it. Naturally, I'm also thinking about it more because I'm putting more time into it. I'm adding more thought energy to it. You see, that's a game changer. Now you could say, I'm gonna think about it more, I'm gonna think about it more, I'm gonna think about it more. But what I'm saying is all three of these work beautifully together. If not just painting, like I'm gonna think about painting more, I'm gonna think about, no, actually paint more. Actually literally do the art more, see how it gets you into a flow state. One of the powerful things about my videos that I've always known is that when I'm making my videos, I'm in a flow state. That flow state is a high vibrational energy that many people may feel, and they may say, I like Aaron Doughty's videos, but really they just like the flow state that I'm in that also represents to them their authentic self. You see, we're all reflections for each other. That's why I say the videos that I make, let me move this down a little bit. The videos that I make aren't necessarily me, the ego me. Yes, the ego me has to align to it, but it's like a higher vibrational energy that flows through. You see, that's why I always try to make sure that I have that perspective about it, because I always want it to be pure. I don't want my ego to get away with it. Yes, this is what I have done. He. Instead, I focus more on letting it be that energy that's flowing through. Now, this is also a quote I used to say if you're looking to go do your passion full time or something. And if you want to make your side hustle your full time, you must first make it your full time. You must be it full time before it will become your full time. Which is also another way of saying you must make it your dominant vibration. Imagine that version of you and the daily habits you'd have. Imagine that version of you. That's kind of what I did. I imagined in a year from now, the ideal version of me when I was working that 9-to-5 job was like being able to get up every day. The biggest change I've ever made in my life is when I went from working a 9-to-5 job 40 hours a week to quitting that job and doing what I love. More so than going from a certain dollar amount per year to 10 times that. There was a bigger difference from me just going full time and getting rid of a job I did not care about. That was the biggest shift in my reality thus far. And what I encourage you to do is if you want to do the same thing, you must see yourself in that way and you must take the initiative. You must take the initiative. I had to become my own boss. No longer can someone tell me what to do. I had to tell myself what to do. And to do that, I had to develop more of a willpower. I had to become like, I'm doing this and that's done. I'm doing this and that's that. I'm gonna do that. And friends would be like, hey, Aaron, you wanna come hang out and go, and we're gonna go do this? And I have to be like, I'm sorry, I have boundaries. I have to stay to this if I want this to become my reality. So another thing with your dominant vibration is be aware of your boundaries you have. Do you have boundaries going in a certain direction? Do you have boundaries of something you're moving towards and knowing that you may have to say no to certain things? You may say you have to no to bad habits. Maybe there's friends that you have that are drawing you down into a lower vibrational state. Maybe it's music you're listening to that you know is negatively programming you. Maybe you're watching a television show on Operation Repo, where you see people get their cars repossessed and you find that entertaining, but you realize that that's like seeing people get triggered is also triggering you in certain ways. You see? So this is where the power really is. It's in being able to identify your current reality and to just simply decide that's not serving you anymore. In a way, associating pain with being the same in that autopilot mind that's comfortable. Things might be comfortable, but understand, it might be, it's like you put a frog, I would never do this, but there's a saying that if you put a frog in boiling water, it'll just jump right out. But if you put a frog in a pot of lukewarm water, and then you heat up that water, it'll burn itself it'll boil itself to death. Because that small incremental change of comfortability will just let it simmer and sit there and cook. Now in the same way, what I encourage you to do is to be aware of your vibration and what is comfortable and be willing to go beyond. The other thing you must go beyond is your current beliefs. And the way you go beyond beliefs is you first become aware of the beliefs. 90% of any belief change work is just becoming aware of the belief. You may have a belief that says you're not worthy. You may have a belief that says you have to work a 9-to-5 job you're not passionate about. You may have a belief that says that money is hard to make. How do you go beyond that? You become aware that it's just a belief. And then when those thoughts come up, you see it for what it is, just a belief. So go beyond your beliefs. I had to go beyond my beliefs of the way I saw myself. I had to go beyond beliefs of not feeling worthy because of the pain of my past. But once I became aware of the meaning, you see, we are always giving meaning to things in our life. And that meaning then remains on autopilot. But when we become aware of that meaning, that's when things really begin to change. Become aware of the meaning you gave to past events. You see, and realize you agreed to it at a certain point. If you're working a 9-to-5 job right now, don't be angry. You agreed that you needed to work a 9-to-5 job in order to get by in society. If you're in a relationship that you don't prefer right now, be aware that you agreed to be in that. And if you see that that's damaging you, if that's harmful, then be honest with yourself and then raise your standard. Raise your self-image. Look at the dominant vibration of what you want. And go beyond. You go beyond by being aware. Awareness is the key here. But the simplest formula I can give you for this is be honest with where you are. What is your current vibration? And then simply look at the vibration of the reality you want to experience. And your vibration is how you think, feel, and act. You want to know what your current vibration is? Just look around. If you're working a 9-to-5 job you hate, then there you go. If you're in a relationship that's not serving you, then there you go. If you are finding that you don't feel healthy and you're eating unhealthy foods and you have low energy, then there you go. That's your dominant vibration right now. Be aware of where you are. Then, just like on a GPS, you have to know where you're going. See what your dominant vibrational reality that you prefer is. What is that? How do you act, think, and feel? What is that self-image? And then decide you're going to go beyond. And it's going to feel uncomfortable because you're going to go from what's comfortable to stepping into the unknown, which is another part of this as well. I had to put myself on YouTube, be subject to other people's comments or what people think. There's things about it that can appear to be negative. But when you step boldly into who you are, you figure out that you make it through and that it's worth it. And this is about identifying the passionate version of you and simply decide, take initiative that this is who you are now. Start to think, start to feel, and start to act in that way. And understand this as well. Meditation is one of the most powerful ways to simply decide this is who you are now, and to wire in emotions that maybe you haven't felt recently. And to really give yourself permission to not be that old reality, that old version of you. That was a realization to me and a game changer when I met somebody that was a subscriber of the channel. And I went to a retreat with Victor, my buddy Victor Oda was doing a retreat, and there was somebody that was there. I gave a talk in Sedona, and after that talk, she came up to me and said, "Hey, I want you to know that she was in crutches." She said that she was paralyzed from a car accident and said she could not walk. And she said that the doctors told her she would never walk again. She said that she did one of my meditations that was on shifting through parallel realities. And she said that after she did that meditation, she could then walk. She then started walking on crutches, something doctors told her she would never do. Everybody was completely mind blown. And it transformed her life. One meditation, that exact meditation, which is the meditation for shifting to a parallel reality, gives you permission to let go of your old story and to then be in this new vibration as your dominant vibration. That will be in the top of the description box below. I recommend you listen to it for 21 days so that you begin to change your dominant vibration, and your life will be transformed. Commit to that meditation for 21 days and watch what happens. Also, don't take my word for it. Read the comments on that YouTube video. There are hundreds, if not thousands of comments from people that have had amazing experiences doing that exact process, doing that meditation. And I want to share that with you because I think one meditation really can change your life and change your dominant vibration. Now, if you like this video, could you do me a favor and smash the like button? Go ahead and smash the like button as well as a proclamation of your dominant vibration, saying yes to your new vibration. Also letting me know that you're going to commit to that meditation in the top of the description box and in the comment section below. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace, much love, and namaste.